Welcome back, traders. I don't know why my camera here is all messed up, but probably because I'm doing a daytime stream, and I typically don't do daytime streams. So how's everybody doing? Everyone have a nice Thanksgiving? Let's get some music on here. All right, so we're going to get into the charts here real fast for everybody. So what do you guys think? Hey man, I had a good Thanksgiving. Let me know if the music's too loud. It's kind of a little loud on my side, so. Let's get a mic check. Let's get a music check. Waiting for you guys. Let me know if the music's too loud or music's good. You guys can hear me clearly. It's perfect. All right, good. All right, cool. All right, so Bitcoin. We do have a bit of action happening in the stock market right now. Obviously, we had some COVID news right at the top of a bearish bat pattern that kind of completed. We saw the VIX spike 50% on Friday. Right, so I'm not necessarily convinced that this is necessarily the bottom for Bitcoin, but I do suspect that we get a bounce here, mostly because of the asset is oversold, or is nearing oversold here. Now the daily still has room to run down, unfortunately. We could see this run down to 30 on the RSI. We could totally see that. You know, we haven't seen these lows here since September 21st. Okay. But what I am going to say is that if we follow the same trajectory or the same pattern that we followed back here in September, during this September sell-off, we could be looking at around the same percentage, right? So this was around a 24 or 25% correction, and right now we're looking at about a 22% correction. So we still might have a couple percentage points more to back test. We still didn't back test this $52,000 area. We hit 53.6. Okay, so we got pretty close to that area. I do still suspect that we could see that. All right, that's definitely not out of the cards. And we do have a confluence area here around this $47,000 to $48,000 area. That is the 618. That is confluent with the 128 simple moving average. Like every single time we touch it, we get a nice bounce, right? As long as we stay above it, I think we remain in an uptrend. And so that is something to be aware of, that we could still come down here on the daily time scale and still be in an uptrend because we didn't break these lows down here around 42,000. Okay, so something to take note of. I'm not saying that that we can't reverse here, because we can, but a lot of this is going to have to do with the equities market and how they kind of fare in the next week or two here. All right. Now, altcoins are a completely different story, right? So altcoins can do whatever they want while Bitcoin is consolidating. We're going to go through, USDT dominance here real fast, and obviously we can see that it's breaking out of this wedge right now, which is kind of concerning, right? We do see that the Stokes are at the top here on the 3-day chart. On the weekly is just got lots of room to run, man. This is the problem, right? The weekly chart is in a long-term buying area, right? So like below 45, right? These are all the things we look for long-term swing trades. And yeah, I mean we're seeing some things that we would consider buying for long term. This in Tether is actually in that area right now. It's kind of concerning, kind of alarming, right? So we got to continue to monitor this. We are still below the weekly 21, so that's good. Maybe we do get some sort of rejection there. But the daily right now is poised to make an attempt at, like I said before, touching this 3.16 area. Okay. So the daily right now is sitting around 63 on the RSI, so bullish, right? Bullish territory here for Tether. Okay. So that's why I think it's still possible we could see Bitcoin drop. We definitely need to continue to pay attention to Tether as time progresses here into the new week. Okay. Bitcoin dominance still looks kind of crappy, which is why the altcoins are still outperforming them. And yeah, this is kind of just like a downsloping. I'd call this a flag or a descending triangle. It is starting to make maybe some higher lows here, so just be aware of that. The weekly chart is still looking pretty bearish, right? 37 on the RSI, looks like a rising wedge type of deal here. So altcoins are still going to outperform for the time being. We just need to make sure we pay attention to Tether and what's happening there. I think the bull run's over. We just don't realize it. Yeah, it could be. I wouldn't go and venture to say that yet until we start breaking weekly pivots and weekly lows. And we really, in terms of on-chain metrics, we don't really have any sort of those signals coming in just yet. And my computer's lagging, just getting to a new tab here. That's wonderful. Nope, I don't want Gmail. So we're gonna go to Glassnode here real fast. And the on-chain metrics are still bullish, right? So that's the thing, is that we never actually got into like euphoria stage for Bitcoin. And so every single time we end a cycle, we get to the euphoria stage on Bitcoin. Okay. But this is why I don't think the cycle or the top is in for this cycle. We could be experiencing maybe a prolonged cycle. Okay. That is definitely something we could see and that we've never seen before. And the other thing here is the rainbow chart. So the rainbow chart's been pretty good about telling us when a cycle top is close, right? We haven't even gotten close to sell or maximum bubble territory yet on the rainbow chart. So I think like I said, I think we could see maybe 48K as a potential bottom. I mean, just the fact of the US dollar, being basically going into like super inflation, kind of dissuades me from thinking that this run is really over yet, because they're going to front run Bitcoin to reprice the dollar, right? So gold, in my opinion, is second, right? Gold is the second thing that they're going to reprice, and if they're still repricing Bitcoin, that means gold's on hold, and gold's been on hold, right? If you bought gold this year, you lost money. Anyways, we're going to look at ETH dominance here. And ETH dominance looking really, really strong. This is breaking weekly resistance right now, okay? This is looking really nice. Okay, we got a nice ascending triangle here on the weekly time scale here for ETH dominance, okay? So this is looking really nice. And my computer really just doesn't like me today. I'm really upset with how slow my computer is performing right now. Anyways, ETH dominance looks good. Let's go to total. So total kind of looking a lot like what Bitcoin looks like, right? And yeah, we didn't get to the 1272 fib extension. We just made new all-time highs and pulled back. We're coming back down to the 886 fib extension. This area right here Very critical spot. Hey, thank you so much for the Thanksgiving wishes. Appreciate that, brother. And yeah, all we've done here is just backtest right now. All we've done here is just backtest. Nothing. This honestly, this does not look bad to me at all. We're getting a nice bounce here. We're starting to show signs of hidden bullish divergence here on the 3-day chart. Right? It's just building. We're above zero on the MACD. Okay. We haven't really rounded out just yet, but this could be the start of it. All right. See on the 2-day here, it's starting to, negative momentum starting to wean off there, right? Daily chart already starting as well. You can see we're starting to see some green. Right, so hidden bullish divergence here on the daily and 3-day charts for total. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this could be, we are maybe close to a bottom, maybe not exactly there just yet. Total 2, still holding along the lines of this trend channel here. As long as we don't break this trend channel, guys. This is a channel up. We're going to see hopefully some buying come in right here and push total 2 back up. Right? You can see that this would be that area where we would get those bids to come in. Right? We'll see how this plays out. If we do break this channel up, I would expect lots of downside for a lot of these altcoins. All right, so pay attention to this area right here on this $1.36 trillion area. Here for total 2 is pretty critical. Okay. What's my opinion on Shiba? Is it worth putting 10K in it? I mean, I'm not giving financial advice here. That is up to you. What kind of risk you want to take with your own capital. In terms of the chart, we can take a look at the chart. So let's take a look at. Take a look at Shiba. So we're getting close to a 78.6% retrace here on Shiba. Okay, so this could be, we're right at the 618 right now. This could be an XABCD type of structure, right? Where we do see a potential for a shark pattern or a wedge pattern in development here. Okay, something to be aware of. The 786 is usually a good area. Also the 886. All right. So yeah, this could be taking form for a nice wedge setup here. Definitely pay attention to it. It's definitely looking like it could be setting up for something. Okay. All right, I will take some of your guys' requests. So definitely throw those in the chat. I will also be giving away some merch today. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But yeah, we're definitely gonna give. I'm gonna give something away here today. Sure. We were looking at Litcoin the other night, and this was looking like it was gonna break out. Definitely looks like it's trying to right now. We got a little bit of rejection here. Right near the 618 fib extension. Yeah, we can look at Doge, sure. Doge pretty oversold here on the daily, okay? Sitting around 27 on the RSI. We haven't seen that since the September lows, right? So we could be nearing a bottom here for Doge. Possibly. I mean, you're starting to make closures below the 128, man. So that's not good. Every single time you do that, you can see the price drop, right? Not really liking the chart too much here on Dogecoin. We were starting to make some sort of divergence, but the weekly is starting to build up this negative momentum again. You know, not necessarily something you want to see. Not necessarily something you want to see. Okay. And weekly isn't really giving us an edge at all. The 3-day, maybe you could maybe argue that this is starting to cross back up. There are definitely better assets to trade right now, guys. Okay. And this looks like it just broke the floor on a descending triangle, so no bueno there. That doesn't look too good. We could see, you know, 12 cents for Doge. Can I check Rose? Sure. Check Rose. The Rose got right to the top here and pulled right back. Nothing surprising here. In fact, actually made a higher high on price and a lower high on the RSI, so we have a bit of bearish divergence here, which is why we are seeing the price come back down, right? And we could see this asset come right back down to 25 cents to sort of back test this area here. Or we could even come back down to 19 cents before maybe our last leg up, or maybe this was it for this asset. You know, so the weekly still looks intact. I do have an alert set up here around 85. So the weekly technically is right around this high here, okay? Now there isn't really a lot of data on this asset, which kind of makes this difficult to do. Lots of really good TA on, but I will be looking to exit this position soon. We'll see, actually. It really depends on what Bitcoin ends up doing. So, but yeah, I mean, this is still in a channel up. We're towards the top of the channel, which would be the time to actually take profits until you maybe get a confirmed break on the channel, right? Which we haven't done. I did actually exit some of my position on this move up here to secure my initial investment on this asset. But I am still holding the rest of the bag for now. Okay? Raven, sure. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so Raven in a symmetrical triangle, right? And the daily holding so far, the 128, we did break down here a bit on the symmetrical triangle. That doesn't mean we cannot break back into the pattern, but yeah, right now it's back testing this breakdown right now. Let's see how this goes. We are looking at some daily divergence here on the stochastics, which is nice, which looks good. Okay, that looks nice. Let's take a look at the RSI here. See if we have any other things we can look at here for an edge on this asset. So one could argue that this is a technical higher low than the low we made back here in September for the bottom. The previous bottom, right? And yeah, this is a very big triangle. We could see a 300% price appreciation for this asset if we do get a nice rally and bounce off this 128 simple, okay? All right, so that's Ravencoin right now. We are showing slight bullish divergence here on the daily with these higher lows on the MACD, but we need to see some real bids come in for this asset to materialize that. Okay. Yeah, and we need to start making closures above 12 cents too. That would be good to see. Okay. So data was one I was looking at before. This thing just started to break out right now as we're on live stream. So the channel up on this asset, and I have a target up to 22 cents. Because once you break this, there's nothing here. Just straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. RLC looking nice here on the daily too, right? Low, higher low on the RSI with a low and lower low on price. So some bull div here on the daily for RLC. This is why we're seeing some bids come in down here, okay? You guys are very talkative today. We can check sand, yep. Let's take a look at it. Last I checked, it was pretty overbought. We nailed the 618 fib extension. We could see this come all the way back down to $4. That would not be shocking to see. This thing went on a major run. We hit the 1618 fib extension, and we're pulling back right now. And we made that that bearish divergence on the daily, right? The high and the lower high on the RSI, but a higher high on price. We have a bearish divergence that's playing out right now. You can see the RSI kind of tapering off, and we hit a major fib extension here. Okay, so we're looking for 470s on this asset. That could easily be seen. All right. All right. All right, if we don't have any more requests for today, I'm going to do a bit of a giveaway here on some merch, and I want you guys to participate in this giveaway. I want you guys to write some sort of testimonial on the website about one of the STP products. Okay. So to write a testimonial on any of the products that you actually use, or if you haven't used, maybe you're interested in using it. I obviously would be great if it was genuine, as this is going on the website, and people should really know and understand what we do here at STP for you guys. And so pick a product, write a testimonial, and I will be selecting a winner for the most genuine testimonial written. Okay, it'll be one winner, it'll be one thing that'll be given away here. So take your time, come up with something nice, and we'll pick a winner here. Yeah, so just let me know in the chat here once you've done your testimonial, so I can take a look and see. I'm actually trying to figure out how to see all the testimonials here. I guess people don't want to participate in this giveaway. That's fair. Seven days a week STP merge out. So did you guys write some testimonials? Just let me know if you left a testimonial. You can DM me and let me know if you left a testimonial. We will review it for the Sunday stream, I guess, and we will announce the winner on Sunday. All right, yeah, you guys just post a testimonial. I will choose one winner, the most genuine testimonial. I will definitely take a look at that, and I'll review it, and I'll be as open and honest about it as I can be, right? I mean, that's what we do here. We try to be as transparent as we can be here at STP. So we appreciate everyone participating. We can take a look at some more coins here today, all right? Got about 30 more minutes of the stream, and what's going on, B-Chains? What's going on, dude? Robert, if you would like to participate, yes. Pick a product and write a testimonial about the product. Only if you feel comfortable, guys. I mean, listen, if you don't feel like writing a testimonial is something that you want to do, then no pressure. Like I said, I'm only doing one giveaway here today. I need to figure out actually how to see these testimonials too. So. Check ETH.link in GRT. Sure. So ETH just back testing here, the $4,000 level. We could see this. Yeah, we did touch 39.22 briefly here. We are what looks to be breaking maybe the daily trend line here, which isn't good. We are back testing it right now. Okay. So that is no bueno. We could see ETH come all the way back down to the 128, man. This could really happen if Bitcoin really starts to sell off again, and we start breaking 52K areas. You know, this 128 simple is like our last real hope for this asset. If we end up breaking these highs here around 4K, and this area here, and you can see maybe some support here around the 382 fib extension, around that $3,300 area. Hopefully we end up holding this area here with Bitcoin just kind of teetering right now. But the weekly, like I said, on Tether, it's, yeah, I mean, we could see a continued correction. Totally possible. Now, but right this moment, we are back testing. We are back testing this trend line, right? Pretty clear what's happening right here. 41.72 area. The 4 hour, yeah, I mean, this is, looks kind of weak. Looks kind of weak for ETH here. MTA and PCX, okay. Are those tokens or something? All right, so ETH, we could see, once we maybe get a rejection up here, we could see price come back down to that $4,000 area. All right, and DOT, let's take a look at DOT. So DOT in a downsloping channel. We did also have what was a head and shoulders type of structure here. And I did actually exit a lot of my DOT around that $48 area because of this structure, right? This is not a nice structure. This is a bearish structure. We could see DOT come down to 27 bucks. That's something we need to watch out for. These downsloping channels, you don't really want to be trading them to the upside until you break north on the channel, okay? So DOT in a downtrend right now, and we could see DOT come back down to this $27 area. That would not shock me at all. Okay. Link also in jeopardy of losing its long-term channel up. Unfortunately, I am a bag holder here of Link, and we did come down to the bottom of the channel here. We are getting a nice bounce, so that's good. I'd like to see some follow-through price action here to take this asset back up. But if we start making closures below this channel, guys, this is a short, right? We probably could short this back down to like $14. All right. So not yet. We're not shorting this just yet. We want to wait for candle closures below and back test of this area. But if we don't start catching bids here, man, this could be in jeopardy of losing its uptrend. All right. And this area right here, this 1540 area, that is a critical spot for Link on the weekly. Okay. Well, but this doesn't look so good. This looks a lot like a rising wedge or a bear flag here, taking form on Link. Not liking what I see here for sure. Not liking what I see. If this starts breaking down, this isn't going to be good. Okay. So that's Link. We'll look at GRT. So GRT actually looking a little bit better than Link, right? Obviously, we are in a symmetrical triangle here. We are trying to break out of it. Right, we had an attempt. We got some volume that was coming in here. Daily looking good, right? Bullish engulfing candle here, engulfing the previous day's candles here. So this looks okay. You have lots of room here to run. 52 on the RSI. You're getting a cross up here on the MACD. We could see a break. We could see an attempted rally here, at least to a $1.20 area. If you do break that, I would expect to see higher prices on this asset. It has been in this consolidation for a long time, since February. MTA and PCX. MTA. So these are stocks, right? Okay. So we can also see with this asset, we did break well, maybe not just yet, but let's get some fibs going on with this. So we can clearly tell that this was a top, and we are looking for a higher low, which we could be getting. Okay, so, but the only thing is we're rejecting the 236 fib extension. I do suspect we come back down to this area here, this 575 area. All right, that is an area of potential value. That is the 382 fib extension, is also confluent with the weekly 128. Okay. Yeah, and we're pointed down on the oscillator here. We're making a lower high here on the RSI for this asset. And it's not looking too good. We could see definitely the price come down a bit more. This is in a channel down, and you want to be shorting up here, actually. All right, so you want to be shorting this, and we could come all the way down to like 28 on the RSI, break these lows here from August. Okay. So yeah, just let this pattern take form. We're gonna maybe there's definitely a cluster area here of support that we could get. Some congestion area here, and this is going to go down probably to test this. Okay. PCX. Is this a crypto or? Okay. Maybe MTA was also a crypto. Sorry, man. Yeah, maybe I just charted the wrong thing. Meta. Never heard of this. But yeah, this also looks kind of similar to what we were just looking at. This is a channel down. You don't want to be buying this until we get a breakout of this area here. You can see the higher lows coming in, so that's good. That is definitely something you want to be seeing. Okay, but personally, if I was to be trading this, I would be looking for a break out of this channel. And then a back test. PCX we can take a look at. Not a lot of chart data on this one. So for this one, we could come back down to 250s. All right, there's no real clear edge on this asset right here. All right, obviously we're making lower highs, right? Continuing to make lower highs. And we're going to probably come back down to test these lows, right? Yeah, so this $3 area here, I would look at this area here, the 786 fib extension, or even down to the 886 fib extension, this 270 area. As long as you don't break this low, you have a good chance at going back up, but just pay attention to this area here where we're at. Okay, obviously this asset's in a downtrend right now, right? So what we would be looking for is some sort of double bottom for a move back up, right? Maybe this, if we do get a higher low here, or even actually right at the low, that's fine for a potential break back to the upside. But for this moment, right now, there's no edge on this asset. We could continue to see this thing sell off and come back down to these lows and test these lows. Hath or HTR, yeah, let's take a look at it. Now this asset here on the daily is trying to bounce off neutral territory around 46, 45 on the RSI, but there is no clear real edge just yet on this asset. We're not showing any real bullish divergence just yet. It's starting to build here, right? We are above zero on the MACD, which is bullish territory on the daily. We are seeing this bounce right here off the 886 fib extension, which is good, but we could ultimately come back down to this buck 25 area and test this high here from September. Okay. So as always on all these channel downs, we don't want to be trading this until we get a clear breakout, right? Channel down, we get a clear break on the channel and then a back test. That's when you would be looking to take a position on this asset. But for right now on the 4-hour chart, we are getting a bit of a bounce here, which is good. But I will say the daily, like I said before, is starting to show some sort of bullish divergence here, but not clear just yet. Hasn't really started to wean off this negative momentum. Okay, this could be a bounce area here. We want to get a closure. We want to get a closure above 166 on the daily for a reversal. Okay. We'll look at waves. Now, if you notice, I'm fibbing from the swing low from August of 2016 to the swing high back here in the previous bull market, because this price action here is new price action from this run up. Okay, and so we want to make sure we have an understanding of what of where this asset could go. Okay, and obviously it's coming down like a magnet, probably right to this 13.25 area. Okay, this is on a weekly time scale. And it does look like we broke this trend line here, okay? Right, so we could come easily back down to this 1275 area, right? Especially if Bitcoin starts selling off again. But that's the next major fib extension. So we're right here looking left. You can see we are just testing this right now, and these would be your levels here, right? We have a level here at 15 bucks, and then we have a level here at 10. I don't know if we're going to dump that hard, but definitely a possibility. It can happen. These are altcoins, guys. They're very sensitive to any price movements down from Bitcoin. And yep, another channel down, right? So these are shortable. Every single time you reject the top of the channel, you want to short it. And you don't want to be taking long position until you break the channel to the upside. And then you back test it as support and see a consolidation there. That's when maybe you can be more comfortable taking a long. Show us the mac and cheese indicator. Yeah, nice. All right. Nice one, Arash. Got to reset the oscillators. How you doing, Annie? All right, guys. Have I looked at sand? Yes, I did look at sand. That's okay, Annie. You can request whatever you want right now. We can see that the weekly on the RSI for Bitcoin doesn't look too good. We just broke down out of this bear flag here. Okay. But we are sitting still bullish, right? 54 on the RSI. The daily is sitting around 40, so sort of neutral. We did tap into bearish control zone here yesterday. So more downside could be had here for sure. we did complete this rising wedge target, okay, which was the bottom here. All right, the bottom of the rising wedge, 53,006. I believe we touched that. We touched 53.5 on the Binance chart. So we're going to get a bounce here, most likely a bounce. Probably to a lower high, right? Because we just determined that the daily is in neutral to bearish territory. And obviously Sunday night, we will know more about what's going to happen with the equities market and how this new COVID variant could take an impact on the market. Thorchain. What's the ticker for that? What's the ticker for that, Annie? All right, so that's just Rune. Okay. So you're still holding this trend line here right now, okay? Yeah, Larry, I got that one. Yep. Okay, so Rune on the 3-day is sitting around 53 on the RSI. We could see this come up, right? The 2-day and daily, the daily already kind of exhausting some of its move, but we did get it. We did see a 6% move up for it, so that's good. The 2 and 2-day chart and the 3-day chart here on the stochastic. The 3-day hasn't crossed up. The 2-day is starting to cross up. Yep, PCX we also looked at. Not a lot of chart data, man. Sorry. But yeah, the 2-day and the daily here on Rune look okay. We could see this come back up to test 16 bucks, depending if Bitcoin decides that it wants to not just dump and maybe just consolidate where it's at to give these altcoins a chance to rally. But yeah, as long as you don't break this trend line here, I think you're going to be okay to move up in the price. All right. But yesterday you got a pretty nasty bearish engulfing candle. All right, so you wanna definitely see this thing close above 12 bucks would be good. 12.20. Right, get back above this area here. That's really it. Not really too much else to talk about with this asset. So this token is actually breaking its trading range here on the daily and the 3-day chart. You can see the volume coming in here, about 9 million worth of volume on this asset. And we are looking at about an 80% measured move on this. We could see this thing go nuts. Okay, this thing could go up to 30 bucks real fast. There's nothing up here. ICP trying to hold support here. This thing is very definitely an underperformer, obviously. It's trying to hold these levels around these $40 areas. But yeah, I'm not really liking this too much. See if this bottom holds. That's the key. All right, folks. Well, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Make sure you guys leave a testimonial review to participate in the merch giveaway. I will be choosing one winner. I will be announcing that in tomorrow's Sunday stream at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So hopefully you guys can join me for the weekly candle close. We'll know a lot more information about what's happening tomorrow night. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream today, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for joining.